Hi, today I would like to talk about the standard dialogues what you can use from a Lazarus project or in a Lazarus project. These standard dialogues are typically system dialogues what you can load and use in your application. Um, and as such, these are different from the different systems, but you can reach them on the same way, and they have some, let's say, standard properties and standard values what you can get or what you can load into this objects. So um, these dialogues you can find under the Dialogs toolbar, and as you can see there are many of them. I made a small project to show how you can use this or what you can use this for. And within this application I created a menu to load all of them separately. So let's just go through quickly what we have here. So as you can see under this dialog menu, I have the open dialog, the save dialog, select directory dialog, color, font, find and replace dialogs, task dialog, open picture, save picture, calendar, calculator, printer dialog, and so on. So just really to go through right now what these can do. So when you load the open dialog, it's using the standard system dialog. In this case, this is a Linux dialog, and you can change certain parameters of this dialog, and I will go through most of these parameters, not all of them, because typically you will not use all of them in your project, but you might be using certain things. So as these I would say these dialogues are kind of helpers for your application. So basically these are just giving you some basic functionalities what you don't need to reprogram in your application, so you don't need to place all these controls on your form. Of course you can recreate these dialogues to have a kind of standard Lazarus type or Pascal type objects on your screen, but in my view, of course, if you are using the standard operating system dialogs, you are saving a lot of time for yourself, and you can avoid mistakes in your application. So just going through this, so let's start with the open dialog, what you could see on the screen. So as you can see, you just need to click on the object here in the dialog and place it on the page where you want to use it, and then you can start to set up the dialogs. So some of them are having typically the same functionalities. So if I would like to categorize them, so we have here the open dialog, the save dialog, the select directory dialog, and the open picture and the save picture dialog. So these five dialogs are I would say pretty much the same. So you have the similar content on the screen, and I will explain what are the smaller differences. So let's start with the open dialog. As you can see, you can have a bit of a limited amount of properties here. Of course, you have some options what you can select, and then some extra options as well. So when you are setting up the dialog, you can define the default extensions. So for example, if you are working on documents, then you can say that the default extension is doc. File name you can define, but actually this will be the file name what you are selecting from the from the dialogue itself. So typically you don't set it. Filter is you can set up a filter. I will show it at the save dialog because it's, I think, more important than for the open dialog. But you can define filters on the dialog, and then if you define the filters and you select the filter in the dialog itself, the list of file names or files will be filtered by this, and you can define different ones. So once you open it, you can name the filter. This will appear in a combo box, and then the filter itself you just need to define. I will show it at the save dialog. And then you can define here that which filter index is the selected one at the start. If you don't have filter, then basically it doesn't have any functionality. The initial directory, so this initial dir, is the directory where the system should start to show the folder tree. So if you define here a directory, then you will see at first this directory in the application. Of course, you can also use this if you already selected a folder earlier in this form or dialog, and then later on you come back and you save this dialog or folder position. Then you can load it back into the dialog itself. Of course, by default you are starting typically in the home folder of the operating system and the user. You have several options here, so I don't want to go through all of them, but actually you can define certain things, like for example the auto preview. If you define this or select this, then you can see a smaller object where you can see the file itself if the system can read it, but typically this is not part of the dialogues by default. Okay, so then like dialogue sizing, file must exist, and so on. So all this can be defined here. Some of them doesn't really have a function when you are opening, like file must exist is something where of course if you might type into the dialog the file name and it doesn't exist, then it makes sense. But if you are just clicking on the folders and files, then definitely you will find this useless. Okay, so basically this is it, and how you can use it. I was also defining some actions for many of the dialogues. On this one I didn't, but as I said, once you finish the dialogue itself, then you will or you should have some functionalities. Here you don't need to define any event, because if you go to the function, and I will show for each of them what or how you can use the dialog. So for the open dialog, let's find the open dialog. Open dialog, click. So basically here, when I select it from the menu, then I can start the dialog on a way that I'm just calling the object itself and the execute function. And basically once you put it on the screen, of course these are closed, so you will not see anything when you start the application. You need to trigger the this show function or execute function, and then you can use the dialog for what is intended for. Some of them are using this standard behavior, I would say. So it's a kind of modal dialog, and when it is a model dialog and you finish the dialog or close it, you will get back a value. In this case, the value what you get from the dialog is a Boolean value. So it's just simply say that um, if you clicked on the OK button, then it gives a true. If you cancel the dialog, then it will give you a cancel or a false result, and then you can decide what you do with this result. So of course, typically when you use an open dialog, you just interested about the true value. So when the user clicked on the OK. And here I didn't do too much. I just taken the file name. As I mentioned, that the file name property will hold the file name and of course the path as well. So it's called file name, but it's containing the full path of the file itself. So when I'm running this application again and selecting the open dialog, and I select maybe this project here and click on the open, then you can see that this begin and section is utilized, and then I take the file name value and I simply show it that the file name is that. So basically, as you can see, the full path and the file name. So the open dialog can be used for that, and of course here you don't have let's say the possibility to create, for example, new folders and files, but of course if you go to the save function, then you can do the same thing. So so here, what is the difference to the open dialog is that of course you have the places on the same way, and if you go to a place which is not a recent used or search field, but place somewhere in your file system, then you will see the folder itself where you want to save the file, and the create folder button with which you can create a new folder directly. So actually this is one thing where this operating system dialogs are useful, because you don't need to take care about creating a new folder or whatever. These built-in functions of the operating system are doing the job for you, and you just need to handle the saving of the file itself, and not the creation of directories or stepping between the folders or files. So here I can show also the filter options. So I created here some filters, and if I'm selecting the project folder where I have this application example, and I set up this filters here. I did not put it into the right order, but I have this. So I defined a document folder or document filter with a doc extension. A picture filter is actually using two filters. So if you have JPEG files or icon files, so when I'm clicking on it, you can see that in the dialog only the icon file appearing here. I don't have here JPEG files, so this is not appearing, but the picture is appearing. Then I have the all files, and this is also necessary to define something, a filter, which basically doing the job that you can show all the files again. So if I'm clicking back to this one, then everything is shown, and the project file is only showing the project file extensions filtered. So and now if I'm clicking on the cancel button, of course this is disappearing. But if I would click again on the on the OK button. As you can see, for the save dialog, this is doing the same thing like the open dialog at the end. So once you selected a file name, or you typed in a new file name, then you get back the file name and pass to this. And of course you need to take care about saving the file. So if you have a text field or rich text object and you want to save the file itself, this dialog is only giving you the path and the file name where the content should be saved, but of course you need to take care about the saving function. So let me show the filtering option here, so how you can filter files. So as you can see, under the filter, you select the this filter editor, and then you need to fill out these filter names and the filter symbols, let's say. So as you can see that you need to have a wildcard character and then the extension if you want to filter, but you can filter for almost anything. So if you want to do it on the right way, then you might put it into order like this one, and then once you click on the OK, then this is saved. One thing is important to mention here: if you put in here an empty filter into the first filter field, then this editor is not saving anything. So you need to make sure that you have always filter inside the filter boxes. So once I click OK, and now because I moved the things here, I should set back the filter index here. In the save dialog, you have certain elements what you might click through, like this create prompt or create button, of course. And here actually nothing. So but you can basically change these for your needs. So you can play around this what these options will change in on your dialog. Of course depends on the operating system. These might have different functions, as many other objects are also having OS specific behaviors, and these ones are even more important to check. If you set something on for example Linux, and you want to compile your application on Mac OS or Windows, then you should check if these are still working on the same way. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the directory or select directory is actually pretty much the same as the open file dialog, but when we are going there, so select directory, you can see that you don't have a filter for the files. You can only select the directory. So so this is again using this similar things. You can see that that the files are grayed out, so you cannot select the file here. You just can select folders. And yeah, you can create this with the select or the open file dialog as well, that you are restricting the selection to directories, but you have it separated just for the directories themselves. Okay, so once you select a directory, again this is having the same behavior. So you select the directory and you get back under the file name just the path, because you don't have file name selected. Okay, the next one, open picture dialog. So I'm just jumping on this one because these are all the same, I would say. So if we go to the open picture dialog, the difference is of course that you can only see these filters here. So you can select PNG files. So basically this is prepared for you based on this kind of picture options, so all the default extensions are selected and used for selecting the picture files themselves. And if we come here, you can see that there is also some details about the picture what you are selecting. So if I'm coming here, maybe to the downloads, here is my funny picture, and as you can see the size of the picture, the name of the file, and so on. So this is basically nothing more, just the open dialog or open file dialog with the picture extensions prepared. So you can see that the filters are defined here. So all the filters are defined for the different files, and you can see that all files, okay, you don't need to define any wildcards for the extension, just star for the file name. Yeah, and as you can see also at the options, some options are predefined, so the auto preview is set, the sizing is enabled, and view detail is also, so this is giving the values or the, let's say, the details of the picture. So the save picture dialog is again the same, similar kind of dialog. Save picture, yeah. So here you have the preview of the file, and here it could be interesting, of course, that how you can preview the file when you are saving it. So there you have an option to show this, and of course you can define these extensions. And I think if you select something, you might have the default extension used for this, that as well. Okay, so these are basically the open and save dialogues, and then we can go to the next one, which is the color dialog. So this is again using the standard color selection dialog from the operating system. So when I'm coming here, then I'm selecting the color dialog, and as you can see, we got the let's say the standard system dialog for a color, and then you can select the color what you want, or you can select it from the screen, and here you can see also the hexadecimal value of the RGB color itself. And here you don't have alpha value, so you just can select the color. And once you click OK, you can get the color value from the dialog. So how you can get it? So let's check the color dialog. Again, you are executing the dialog, and again we have a true or false value given back. And then from the color dialog, color property, you can get the color code. But as you can see, this property is a T color value, and then you need to convert it, because this is basically a simple digital representation of the color code itself. If you want to get the RGB color, you need to convert it to RGB colors. And yeah, so basically for that you need to have a function which is actually coming from the graphics values, so or graphics unit, and from this unit you can use this function, which is basically converting the RGB or the T color into RGB color, and this will be a long int number from which you can get the RGB color values with some extra shifting of the bits around, and then you can convert it to a hexadecimal value. So basically with this small code here you can get the hexadecimal value back from the RGB or from the color dialog. But of course, if you are using it inside your application, you might not need this because you just use the T-color object to define the color and use it in your application for whatever you want to use it. Maybe you want to draw a triangle or a rectangle and you want to color it, then you can use the T-color value. Okay, next one. So the next one is the font dialog. So again, this is a standard dialog from the system. So once you select it, you can get the actual fonts defined in the system. And you can see here the preview of the different fonts. You have the style, you have the size of it, and so on. In this application, so when you select a value, like maybe this one, and I select the bold and the size 11, and when I click OK, I can get back the font name and the size, and of course also the style I can get back. But to get the style itself, basically you need to have this font value like this. So you get the font itself. The next one is the find dialog. So the find dialog is a kind of helper only. So basically, again, like with the open dialog or the save dialog, you get just a simple dialog where you can select certain thing, like the text what you would like to find. Then you can have here some checkboxes if you want to look for whole word and or case sensitive text. But actually these are not doing anything. These are just properties what you can get back when you select anything from this dialog. And then once you type in here something like you want to find the text in the text, then you click on the find, you will get back or you can get back what is in this text field, and then you can start to work on this thing. And now the handling of this dialog is a bit different from the others, as you could see that for the other dialogs like the select dialogs or color dialogs, you always have the same pattern. So you execute the dialog, and then inside the begin end, if you get a true value back from the model dialog result, then you can start to work with those values, and you can call a procedure to basically do the job behind the dialog. So you save something or open something. Here at the find dialog, and let's find it at first. Okay, so here for the find dialog, you can see that when I'm clicking for in the menu to start up the find dialog, it is executed. But the execution itself is not done modally. So you pop up the dialog, but then the application is basically going further. So you are not stopping at this line, and once you click on the find button, you need to run another procedure. So as you could see when I was pressing the find button, then I could show the text what was selected, and here the pattern is like this. So once you select something from the dialog, then you can utilize, or you can start this other procedure to use the value from the dialog. So this is a bit different pattern, and of course once you are having this find dialog here, so you can see that we need to use the events now, this like this on find, and then call the procedure to handle basically this call. And of course you get back the text itself in the find text, so what you want to find inside, and then you need to take care about the finding of that thing inside your files. And with the options, as you could see, that what was on the dialog, like disable match case, disable up down. This you can select from the beginning, so you can set up the form with this, that if you want to take out this match case checkbox, then you just click it like this, and then if you go back, this is already disabled, so you can't select it. Okay, so this is where you can basically do what you want. And here, as you can see, you have like this down, entire, scope, find next function, and so on. So these you can utilize again like this. So um, if you set up the form like this, then you can basically fine-tune the behavior of these things. So if you for example select um, the match case, then you just get this as a true back, and then you can use it or in your application as you would like to use. The replace dialog is pretty much the same, so I will not talk too much about this, but if you have this, you have the find text, and you have also replace text. In the find dialog, you don't have the replace text, so that's the only difference between the two dialogs. Okay. So basically this is again the same. So once you run the application and you select the replace dialog, of course you have these two fields, same things, and then you have some extra things like replace all and so on. So if you come to here, then you have the replace function and the find function, and then basically you can do the job like this. Of course, if you want to use the replace all, then you have here this replace all set to true. So basically you can use the same replace event, but then you need to read this property to select it. Of course, I mean, when you select with the replace all button, or you click on the replace all button, then this property is set to true, and then you can check it in your application. Okay, next one. I was talking about the picture. So now we can have the task dialog. The task dialog is a very simple dialog box. Basically, it's just giving you some possibility to formulate or formalize a message to the user with some contents on the screen. So as you can see, I set up here the caption of the dialog box itself. Then you have a title. Then you also have a text. You can put some selection options here if you want to return some um, decisions, let's say, then um, for example, if you have a login dialog and you would use something like this at the end, like a verification text here, I mentioned, but this you can use for anything else. But basically, this is just that I confirm that I understood this thing. And then this details is under the text. You can add some extra text, let's say, so you can show and hide it in your thing, and then you can also define a footer text here. And basically that's it for the task dialog. It doesn't really do anything here. If you click on this or you use it, then you can define these properties what I showed, that what kind of text should be on it, how many radio buttons you should have with the text on them, and so on. Okay, so that's the task dialog, and let's see the next one. The calendar dialog. So this is again a system-based dialog. So what you can see here is the Hungarian date formats, and the calendar is using the name of the days here. So basically, this is, as I said, coming from the system and using system setup. So once you are going to the calendar dialog here, what I found that for example here in Hungary we are using the first day of the week is Monday, but if your system is set to US standard, for example, then the first day of the week is Sunday. And here, even if it is here in the properties, it doesn't have any function. So if I'm selecting it to Sunday, and I'm running again the application, selecting the calendar, as you can see, it's still Monday. So this age here is Monday, and it's always starting with Monday. So you need to accept that this is coming from the system. So even the names of the months are coming from this. So you can't really change the behavior of this. The only thing what you can get back, of course, the date what you selected. So once you click on the OK, you get the date. And let's see the calendar dialog. So I got some suggestions earlier that the calendar date could be set from the code, but even it's not working from here. So this one is definitely not something what you can adjust. But of course you can set up these basic options. So if you leave out the date from here, like it was the 26th when I made this example, if you take it out, then it will start with the actual date. So as you can see, today we have the 29th, so it was not the 26th but the 29th. So and this is the value what you will get back when you select the date itself. Okay, so yeah, and here again, this is working on the same way as it is working for the open dialog. So you just have the execute, begin and thing, and you get back the date value from the dialog. Okay, the next one is the calculator. So this is a bit weird. Again, this is not a system calculator by default. So it's a control from the Lazarus system. So you get the calculator, and you can do a math here, and then you have the equal. And how you can get back this value is you need to click on the OK button. If you click on the X, of course, you will not get back the value. if you click on the OK, you get back the result from the display. And this is again a bit weird setup, because it's not just enough to click on the OK button and you get what is on the display. You need to make sure that you are setting up some event procedure. So for example, to get the value, actually here you have a value. So this is basically what the dialog itself is storing in the background, but this is not what you see on the display. So you need to differentiate between the value what you want to get back, or what is stored here, and what you have on the display itself. Of course, if you type in here something at the beginning, or you give a number from the code, then this will appear in the dialog. Like this, you can see that I typed in the 120 and it is displayed. But if I would not set up here the on display change, and as you can see that the on display change is basically writing the calc display property, which is not visible here. If I'm yeah, it's not here, so you just can get it from the code itself. So I simply copy this calc display value into the value field or value property, and then I can get back when I click on the OK button. So when I'm closing the value itself, or the dialog itself, then I can take the value again from the display, or I, because I already set this with the change function, I could be able to use only the value itself. But simply when you are clicking on the OK, you can take what is on the screen directly from this value. So yeah, so this is basically how you can utilize the calculator. Okay, printer dialog. So here you will have 3 dialogs. So you have the printer setup dialog, the print dialog, and the print page setup dialog. And here what is interesting is that most probably you don't need to call these 3 all the time separately, because once you use the print dialog, you can see that that if you use the printer dialog, then you can select the printers from the system. I only have one, so I can't select any other. And you can see that I have a location. Actually, this is coming from the properties of the object itself. And then you have here the number of copies, range that what you want to print, and so on. So you can also set up some other properties here, and you have this properties dialog as well, which is basically the same what you could see from the from here, from the printer setup dialog. So this one, but what you could recognize that now this is selectable here. If I'm starting the application again and I'm selecting at first this dialog, you can see that the paper size, paper type, paper source, and so on, these are disabled. You can't select anything. And this is what is actually a bit weird, because if you are inside the application, this dialog is most probably not filled up, because you were not selecting the printer itself, so the system doesn't know exactly which value should be filled in, which is a bit weird because as you can see in the title, you can see already the printer itself, but most probably not the exact printer. So if you once you select the printer dialog and you click on the properties, you can already select the paper size, the paper type, and the source. Of course, you have certain values what you can't select. Actually, my printer is not switched on, so maybe that's the reason why I can't see the resolution, because this might come from the printer. But it seems that this property dialog is not set up right from the beginning. You need to have the printer itself selected. And yeah, the page setup dialog is basically something where you can set up the paper size, the paper source, landscape or portrait, but this again can be used only for taking these or getting these values from the dialog, and then you can use it in your application. And from this dialog you can go again back to the printer selection here, and then you can define on which printer you want to print. So these are really just some helper functions here, or helper dialogues, what you can use in your application to define certain values for your needs, and you can utilize the system defined dialogues. You don't need to recreate them from scratch. So these are helping you to be productive and concentrate on your code for your applications. Yeah, actually, what I should also mention here is that once we are going to the printer dialogs, these ones. So let's find the printer dialog. Okay, so here we have the print page setup dialog. So as you can see, these are just simply execute functions again, and then you can use the onClose functions to get these values back. In the properties, what I did not mention is that you can also set up certain things like print to file. Selection so if you select these, then here you have this checkbox print to file, and then you can go to the next step. Of course, you can select this, and then you need to give the file name maybe via the save dialog or save file dialog option to select the file in which you want to print. So these are, again, as I said, these are just options what you can select here, true or false, and then you can get the values from the dialog itself, and you need to further process your values, or for your application the results. Okay, so that's all about the standard built-in dialogues in Lazarus. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if so, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, helping me to further create additional tutorials for you. With this, I wish you happy coding, and see you next time. Goodbye.